Let's try round two on this. Okay, so we're back to the original again. Um, I'll go ahead and change this to my 2 by 2, and I'm increase the size of this just a hair. Try to make these things a little more square. I can see here that it's 160 by 128. Uh, I'll stretch it up just a little more. Okay, 160 by 136. So if we want these square, then we can keep stretching this thing up and down, or stretch the other one sideways to make them square. Be sure if you're going to scale these things, scale them from here. Don't scale a the X or Y by itself from the slicer, because it'll change the proportions of your landscape. So let's get this back to the transparency. This has the whole park in it here. So right now we're looking at this. We're at 4.63 on that resolution. Uh, let's go ahead and change this one just to try to increase this number a little bit. And so what I'm doing is I'm telling it I've got a thicker nozzle. And so now we're at 9.25 meter resolution. 10 meter resolution is full resolution. This 9 meter just means that there will be some artifacting in it. But that's pretty good right there. So let's go ahead and export that. Let's see if it'll work. And yeah, that one will work fine. So we'll let this thing come along. And earlier, when it told me I had too many points, uh, I was at half of the resolution that there actually was anyway. So I was able to double the size of the nozzle, and that brought the number of points down, and we still have full resolution on the thing. So let's download this file, and I'll save this to the desktop. And this link right here, this takes me back to that map. So I'll right click on this one, and I will copy this link. That way I can get back to where I was at any point. And so let's go into here. Let me find this is my file that I just downloaded. I want to extract that and just extract all. It puts it on my desktop. I'll come into the log file here. This just tells me a little bit of information about this thing, and I want to paste that link that I just copied. I just pasted it into the top of this log file, and then that way it's with all these others. So now you notice we have 4 different tiles here. We've got tile 1, tile 2, tile 1 1 1 2 2 1 2 2. That's a kind of a XY thing. If we load one of these things, bring it over, you notice this is 160 by 160 resolution. This is on a A1 mini. If I choose my printer, let's do the X1 carbon. You notice I can still make it a little bit bigger if I want. These things, we don't want to ever print these things laying down like this. We want to print them sideways. We want to print them on edge. Well, let me figure out why my thing disappeared here. Okay, I guess I accidentally closed it. All right, so let's put it on here. Like I said, we don't want to print it flat like this, because we'll lose tons of resolution on this thing. We want to take this thing and rotate it, and I'm going to rotate this thing minus 90 degrees, and so that just stands it up on edge like this. And you usually don't want to print straight along the X or Y axis. Always turn these things to a 45 degrees. It'll print better, and we get it more toward the middle of it. You'll just get a lot better print out of it. But we don't want to print well, actually, we might want to print them like this. This will give us one part of the cube. If you wanted to load the entire thing, then what you would do is select all four of these and then drag them. Whoop, gosh dang it. Hang on. I'm closing this off on the other screen here. Okay, I'm going to choose all four of them and I'll drag them to the build plate, and it'll ask if I want to load it as a single object. I'll just tell it yes. And so there it is, all put together. This is what it'll look like when we put all the pieces together. And that's pretty big there. This is probably what, 20 inches almost. That's 20 by 20 inches, and so yeah, we would have to print that in four separate pieces or rescale this to fit. And I can actually scale this one just like this, but notice I scaled X and Y both at the same time, and so on this thing I would still want to rotate this 90 degrees just to get it up on edge, and then turn it like this, and that's the entire area, and that's really close to full resolution also. And on something like this, I would probably print it at 0.12 millimeters or 0.8 millimeters to get all the detail I could out of it. And that's it.